Hello, everyone. How you doing? So, just real quick, I wanted to thank you for following me on YouTube. It has become a daily part of my life. I enjoy creating content for you. I enjoy everything about this channel, from the successful interviews to walkthroughs to real talk to subscriber questions. It's been a lot of fun. I just want to remind you, if you've ever thought about buying the course that I've created, which is called How to Start One Rental at a Time, I strongly suggest you do that in the next 5 days. The course has been released at $99, and it will never be this cheap again. In fact, I've set a date of May 1st of the price more than doubling. It's going from $99 to $199. And I have to balance the whole don't surprise anyone and feeling like you're just repeating yourself. So this will probably maybe the last video I do on this. But in the end, the course is extremely valuable as it stands because it is the exact 5-step process that we went through, right? I get questions all the time about investing in a market out of state or out of area. And that's exactly what we did, right? We built our financial freedom on a market that we had never been to. We knew no one. I had driven through it once as a teenager on the way to Yosemite, and that's it, right? I didn't really know where it was because I wasn't driving when I was 13. So we talk about how to learn the market, how to figure it out, how to understand the math behind calculations, how to marry your research of a city or a market with your numbers and how to get comfortable with them. How to manage a team, how to set up a team, how to continually network, how to do a self-assessment and set up goals. Right? Those 5 steps in this course are extremely valuable. It will save you thousands of dollars and, more importantly, save you so much time. Right? We laid it out in excruciating detail on exactly what we did and what we advise folks to do when they're thinking about investing as a buy and hold landlord, right? If you're thinking about flipping or wholesaling, I'm not your guy. It's not what I've done, at least not what I've done to a level that I feel I can help or teach. But I can be a buy and hold landlord. I can be a busy professional and carve up time and add assets and have tenants pay for them and fixed rate debt and tax write-offs and 1031 exchanges and all of that stuff. So that's all talked about in the course. But more importantly, what a lot of people don't know is I've included about 4 hours of bonus content, other videos that I think are valuable and need to be considered. But the reason I wanted to create this YouTube live was because of what's happened with the private Facebook group called One Rental at a Time Works. We're getting student interactions, and more importantly, we're getting students helping students, and we're getting new questions. So just this morning, we had a question from a student around when to do a cash out refi, right? They have an asset, they've let it appreciate, and now they're going, okay, can I take $40,000 out of that asset and go buy another one? And if you've read our book, One Rental at a Time, you know that I made a mistake when I did a cash out refi the first time. I took the maximum amount. And unfortunately, while I walked away from the closing table with, I don't know, 40 or 50 grand, I created an alligator or a negative cash flow property. And that's not what I recommend. So the question was, okay, how do you do that? Where's the cutoff? So I answered that student request. I got it at 7 this morning and answered it by 9. And that's what we do in this course. When students have questions and it's something that everybody has, we go ahead and put it out there. So, that's something that I thought I would talk about. And we've done a lot of student requests. It started with, how do you pick an area? I thought that was a great question, right? I'm going to invest in City X. It's got 1 million people. How do I find an area to focus on? Another question was, how do you handle negotiations, right? I'm following your formula that you talk about, but I have to offer 40K less than asking. I'm uncomfortable. How do you do that? So we talk about, all of those variables. A lot of questions around private money, right? Either, people are seeing bigger opportunities and they want to have private money, or how do you go about raising it? So we did a student request video on private money. In addition, there's been questions around a credibility package. What does that look like? So I found one that from a friend that I thought was really good, got his permission to use it, and it's now included in the course as a sample. And then finally, the one we talked about this morning is when to safely do a cash out refi. So again, the course will double on May 1st. It will never be priced below $100 again. And as you see, we're adding video and content all the time that you do not have to pay for. Once you're a student, and videos just get loaded, right? More content gets loaded. And again, this private Facebook group called One Rental at a Time Works has been a surprise for me. I'm not a social media guy, but that private Facebook group where only students are is a great place to ask questions, to interact. It doesn't have a bunch of people that that no one knows. It's all students that have bought the course, right? So I'm very happy with that and look forward to this going forward. So at the end, if you've thought about this course at all, you got 5 days before the price doubles. If you have friends or family looking at this, please forward or comment or tag them or whatever that's called. Let's get them looking at this, because I'd feel really, really bad if somebody wanted to do this and didn't see it until May 1st. They're going to spend another $100, and I'd much rather have people pay $99 than $199. But the price is going up May 1st, and it will never be this cheap again. All right, everybody, have a great day and take care.